a hidden threat beneath the surface. Imagine waking up one morning, ready to tackle the day, only to find that your legs feel heavier than usual, like invisible weights are strapped to them. You take a step, but instead of the familiar spring in your stride, there's a dull ache, a stiffness that wasn't there yesterday. For many seniors, this unsettling sensation becomes an unwelcome companion, creeping in gradually and robbing them of their independence. What if I told you that the culprit behind this weakness could be something as seemingly harmless as a vitamin, a nutrient you've been told all your life is essential for good health? Vitamin A, often celebrated for its role in vision, immunity, and skin health, can become a double-edged sword when consumed in excess, particularly after the age of 60. While it's true that this fat-soluble vitamin plays a vital role in maintaining bodily functions, overdoing it, especially through supplements or fortified foods, can quietly wreak havoc on your muscles, joints, and overall mobility. In this section, we'll delve deep into the dangers of vitamin A overconsumption, uncovering how it weakens leg strength, disrupts mineral balance, and compromises quality of life. By the end, you'll not only understand the science behind this hidden threat, but also feel empowered to take control of your nutritional choices. The allure of vitamin A, a double-edged sword. To fully grasp the perils of vitamin A overconsumption, let's first appreciate its undeniable benefits. Picture a vibrant orange carrot, its crisp texture giving way to a sweet, earthy flavor. That bright hue isn't just nature's artistry, it's a signal of beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A that supports everything from sharp eyesight to glowing skin. From liver and egg yolks to leafy greens and pumpkins, vitamin A-rich foods have graced dinner tables for generations, earning their place as staples in balanced diets. For seniors, vitamin A remains indispensable. It bolsters immune function, helping fend off infections that become more frequent with age. It also protects eye health, reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a condition affecting nearly 11 million Americans over 60. Yet, like any powerful tool, vitamin A must be wielded with care. Too much of it, especially from synthetic sources, can tip the scales from beneficial to detrimental, undermining the very systems it's meant to support. Consider this analogy. Think of vitamin A as water nourishing a garden. A gentle rain promotes growth, filling plants with vitality. But a torrential downpour? That same water can erode soil, uproot plants, and leave devastation in its wake. Similarly, excessive vitamin A floods the body with compounds it struggles to process, leading to inflammation, mineral imbalances, and muscle dysfunction. And for seniors whose bodies are already navigating the complexities of aging, this imbalance can have profound consequences. The science of overconsumption, when good turns bad. So, what happens when you consume too much vitamin A? To answer this question, we need to explore the intricate dance between vitamins, minerals, and bodily systems. Unlike water-soluble vitamins such as vitamin C, which are excreted when consumed in excess, fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A accumulate in the liver and fatty tissues. This storage mechanism is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it ensures a steady supply during periods of low intake. On the other, it means that overconsumption can lead to toxic buildup, a condition known as hypervitaminosis A. Hypervitaminosis A manifests in a variety of ways, many of which directly impact leg strength and mobility. One of the most common symptoms is muscle pain, particularly in the legs and lower back. This discomfort stems from inflammation triggered by excessive retinoids, the active forms of vitamin A. As these compounds circulate through the bloodstream, they irritate muscle tissues, causing soreness, stiffness, and even spasms. For seniors who rely on strong, flexible muscles to navigate daily life, this inflammation is more than an inconvenience, it's a barrier to independence. But the damage doesn't stop there. Excess vitamin A interferes with the absorption of other critical minerals, including magnesium and calcium. These nutrients are the building blocks of bone density and muscle contraction. Without adequate levels, muscles struggle to relax and contract properly, leading to cramps, weakness, and fatigue. Worse still, prolonged vitamin A toxicity can accelerate bone demineralization, weakening the skeletal structure that supports your legs. This dual assault on muscles and bones creates a perfect storm, leaving seniors vulnerable to fractures, falls, and chronic pain. Real-life stories, lessons from the shadows. To bring these risks into sharper focus, consider the story of Margaret, a 68-year-old retiree from Ohio. Margaret had always prided herself on her proactive approach to health. She took pride in her meticulously curated supplement regimen, believing she was doing everything right to safeguard her well-being. Among her daily pills was a high-dose vitamin A supplement, recommended by a friend who swore by its anti-aging properties. At first, Margaret noticed subtle changes. Her legs felt heavier, climbing stairs became a chore, and her once steady gait faltered. Concerned, she visited her doctor, who ordered a series of tests. The results revealed elevated liver enzymes and signs of hypervitaminosis A. Margaret was shocked. How could something she thought was helping her actually be harming her? With guidance from her healthcare provider, Margaret adjusted her supplement routine, eliminating the high-dose vitamin A and focusing on nutrient-dense whole foods instead. Within months, she experienced noticeable improvements. Her leg strength returned, her energy rebounded, and her confidence soared. I had no idea something as simple as a vitamin could make such a difference, she reflected. It's a reminder that sometimes less is more. Margaret's journey underscores a universal truth. Our bodies crave balance, not excess. By embracing moderation and prioritizing whole foods, seniors like Margaret can unlock the full potential of vitamins without compromising their health. The culprits. Where does excess vitamin A come from? Understanding the sources of excessive vitamin A is key to avoiding its pitfalls. While natural food sources like carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach rarely pose a risk due to their beta-carotene content, which the body converts to vitamin A as needed, synthetic supplements and fortified products are another story altogether. Here are some common culprits. High-dose supplements. Many multivitamins marketed to seniors contain doses of vitamin A far exceeding the recommended dietary allowance, RDA, of 700 to 900 micrograms per day. Some even include preformed retinol, a highly potent form of vitamin A that bypasses the body's regulatory mechanisms. Fortified foods. Breakfast cereals, dairy products, and energy bars often boast added vitamins, including vitamin A. While individually these products may seem harmless, their cumulative effect can push intake beyond safe limits. Liver and organ meats. Foods like beef liver are exceptionally rich in preformed vitamin A. While occasional consumption is fine, frequent indulgence can quickly lead to toxicity. Topical products. Certain skincare creams and treatments designed to combat aging contain retinoids, which can be absorbed through the skin and contribute to systemic levels of vitamin A. By identifying these sources, seniors can make informed choices about their diet and supplementation, steering clear of unnecessary risks. Practical solutions. How to safeguard your legs. Now that we've explored the dangers of vitamin A overconsumption, let's shift gears and focus on solutions. Fortunately, protecting yourself from this hidden threat doesn't require drastic measures. With a few mindful adjustments, you can enjoy the benefits of vitamin A while minimizing its risks. Here are some actionable tips. Prioritize whole foods. Opt for nutrient-dense whole foods like carrots, spinach, and sweet potatoes, which provide beta-carotene rather than preformed vitamin A. These plant-based sources allow your body to regulate conversion based on its needs. Read labels carefully. Scrutinize supplement labels and fortified products, ensuring total vitamin A intake stays within safe limits. Look for products that emphasize beta-carotene over retinol. Consult a healthcare provider. Before starting any new supplement, consult a doctor or registered dietitian. They can assess your individual needs and recommend appropriate dosages. Monitor symptoms. Pay attention to warning signs like muscle pain, joint stiffness, or fatigue. If these symptoms arise, consider discussing them with your healthcare provider to rule out vitamin A toxicity. Embrace variety. Rotate your food choices to ensure a broad spectrum of nutrients. This not only reduces the risk of overconsumption but also enhances overall dietary quality. By adopting these strategies, you can harness the power of vitamin A without falling victim to its darker side. Conclusion: a small change with big rewards. At first glance, vitamin A overconsumption may seem like a minor oversight, an inconsequential detail in the grand scheme of things. But as we've seen, this seemingly harmless habit carries significant implications for senior health. By embracing moderation and prioritizing whole foods, you can preserve the nutritional bounty of vitamin A while shielding yourself from potential risks. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start small, perhaps by swapping one fortified product for a whole food alternative. Pay attention to how your body responds and celebrate each step forward. Because ultimately, it's not just about consuming vitamins, it's about nurturing yourself with care, intention, and love. Stay tuned for the next section, where we'll tackle another common culprit, vitamin D overconsumption. Until then, keep experimenting, stay curious, and savor the joy of discovering new ways to nourish your body and soul. The paradox of excess. Imagine reaching for a bottle of vitamin D supplements, believing you're safeguarding your bones and immune system, only to discover that overdoing it could be sabotaging your legs. For seniors, vitamin D has long been heralded as a miracle nutrient, essential for calcium absorption, bone density, and overall vitality. But like any powerful tool, it must be wielded with care. Consuming excessive amounts of vitamin D, particularly through supplements, can lead to a cascade of health issues, including muscle weakness, joint pain, and even kidney damage. In this section, we'll explore why vitamin D overconsumption is a hidden danger, uncover its impact on leg strength, and provide actionable advice to help you strike the right balance. The science of hypervitaminosis D, a delicate balance. Vitamin D is unique among nutrients. It's fat-soluble, meaning it accumulates in the body rather than being excreted like water-soluble vitamins. This storage mechanism is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it ensures a steady supply during periods of low sunlight exposure. On the other, it means that overconsumption can lead to toxic buildup, a condition known as hypervitaminosis D. One of the most alarming consequences of hypervitaminosis D is hypercalcemia, or excessively high levels of calcium in the blood. While calcium is vital for bone health, too much of it can wreak havoc on muscles, nerves, and soft tissues. For seniors, this imbalance manifests as muscle stiffness, cramping, and weakness, symptoms that directly affect mobility and independence. Hypercalcemia also impairs nerve signaling, making it harder for your muscles to contract and relax properly. This dysfunction is particularly pronounced in the legs, which bear the brunt of daily activity. Another insidious effect of excess vitamin D is the calcification of soft tissues, including muscles and tendons. Imagine your knees, calves, and thighs gradually becoming stiffer and less flexible, making even simple movements like walking or climbing stairs feel like a Herculean task. What should have been a protective nutrient becomes a source of restriction and discomfort. For seniors already grappling with age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, these issues compound the problem, accelerating functional decline and increasing the risk of falls. Worse still, high doses of vitamin D can strain the kidneys, which are responsible for filtering minerals from the blood. Impaired kidney function exacerbates leg swelling, muscle pain, and fatigue, creating a vicious cycle that undermines overall health. Real-life impact. Lessons from the shadows. To bring these risks into sharper focus, consider the story of Robert, a 72-year-old retiree from California. Robert had always been proactive about his health, taking pride in his disciplined supplement regimen. Among his daily pills was a high-dose vitamin D supplement, recommended by a friend who swore by its benefits for bone health. At first, Robert noticed subtle changes. His legs felt stiffer, climbing stairs became more challenging, and he experienced frequent muscle cramps. Concerned, he visited his doctor, who ordered a series of tests. The results revealed dangerously high calcium levels and signs of hypervitaminosis D. Robert was shocked. How could something he thought was helping him actually be harming him? With guidance from his healthcare provider, Robert adjusted his supplement routine, eliminating the high-dose vitamin D and focusing on natural sources like sunlight and fortified foods. Within months, he experienced noticeable improvements. His leg strength returned, his energy rebounded, and his confidence soared. I had no idea something as simple as a vitamin could make such a difference, he reflected. It's a reminder that sometimes less is more. Robert's journey underscores a universal truth. Our bodies crave balance, not excess. By embracing moderation and prioritizing whole-body health, seniors like Robert can unlock the full potential of vitamins without compromising their well-being. The culprits. Where does excess vitamin D come from? Understanding the sources of excessive vitamin D is key to avoiding its pitfalls. While natural sunlight and dietary sources rarely pose a risk, synthetic supplements and fortified products are another story altogether. Here are some common culprits. High-dose supplements. Many multivitamins marketed to seniors contain doses of vitamin D far exceeding the recommended dietary allowance, RDA, of 600 to 800 IU per day. Some even include megadoses, which bypass the body's regulatory mechanisms. Fortified foods. Milk, orange juice, and cereals often boast added vitamin D. While individually these products may seem harmless, their cumulative effect can push intake beyond safe limits. Self-medication. Without medical supervision, many seniors take high doses of vitamin D in hopes of strengthening their bones, unaware of the risks. By identifying these sources, seniors can make informed choices about their diet and supplementation, steering clear of unnecessary risks. Practical solutions: how to safeguard your legs. Now that we've explored the dangers of vitamin D overconsumption, let's shift gears and focus on solutions. Fortunately, protecting yourself from this hidden threat doesn't require drastic measures. With a few mindful adjustments, you can enjoy the benefits of vitamin D while minimizing its risks. Here are some actionable tips. Prioritize natural sources. Opt for sunlight exposure and vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products. Read labels carefully. Scrutinize supplement labels and fortified products, ensuring total vitamin D intake stays within safe limits. Consult a healthcare provider. Before starting any new supplement, consult a doctor or registered dietitian. They can assess your individual needs and recommend appropriate dosages. Monitor symptoms. Pay attention to warning signs like muscle stiffness, joint pain, or fatigue. If these symptoms arise, consider discussing them with your healthcare provider to rule out vitamin D toxicity. By adopting these strategies, you can harness the power of vitamin D without falling victim to its darker side. The role of inflammation in leg weakness, a silent epidemic. Introduction: the hidden enemy within. Imagine waking up one morning to find your legs feeling heavier, itchier, and less responsive than usual. You might chalk it up to aging, but what if the real culprit is inflammation, an invisible force silently undermining your muscles, joints, and overall mobility? Chronic inflammation is a quiet epidemic among seniors, driven by poor dietary choices, sedentary lifestyles, and underlying health conditions. In this section, we'll delve deep into the role of inflammation in leg weakness, uncovering how it accelerates muscle loss, compromises joint health, and erodes independence. By understanding this hidden enemy, you can take proactive steps to protect your legs and reclaim your vitality. The science of inflammation, a double-edged sword. Inflammation is a natural defense mechanism designed to protect the body from injury and infection. Acute inflammation, like the redness and swelling around a cut, is a sign that your immune system is working hard to heal. However, when inflammation becomes chronic, it shifts from protector to predator, attacking healthy tissues and causing widespread damage. For seniors, chronic inflammation is particularly insidious. It targets the muscles and joints, leading to stiffness, pain, and reduced mobility. Inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP, and interleukins circulate throughout the body, triggering oxidative stress and tissue degradation. Over time, this process weakens the muscles in your legs, making it harder to walk, climb stairs, or even stand for extended periods. Chronic inflammation also disrupts the delicate balance of hormones and enzymes that regulate muscle repair and growth. As a result, seniors experience accelerated muscle loss, sarcopenia, leaving their legs weaker and less resilient. Worse still, inflammation contributes to joint degeneration, increasing the risk of conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. These conditions further compromise mobility, creating a downward spiral that threatens independence and quality of life. Real-life stories, lessons from the front lines. To illustrate the impact of inflammation, consider the story of Susan, a 68-year-old grandmother from Florida. Susan had always been active, enjoying long walks and gardening. But over time, she began noticing troubling changes. Her legs felt stiff and sore, especially in the mornings, and her once steady gait faltered. Concerned, she visited her doctor, who diagnosed her with chronic inflammation caused by years of poor dietary choices and insufficient exercise. With guidance from her healthcare provider, Susan adopted an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, focusing on nutrient-dense foods, regular movement, and stress management. She swapped processed snacks for fresh fruits and vegetables, incorporated omega-3 rich fish into her diet, and started practicing yoga to improve flexibility and strength. Within months, she experienced noticeable improvements. Her leg pain subsided, her energy rebounded, and her confidence soared. "I had no idea how much my diet and lifestyle were affecting my legs," she reflected. Making small changes made a world of difference. Susan's journey highlights a universal truth: inflammation is manageable. By addressing its root causes, seniors can protect their legs and maintain their independence. Practical solutions: how to combat inflammation. Now that we've explored the dangers of chronic inflammation, let's shift gears and focus on solutions. Fortunately, reducing inflammation doesn't require drastic measures. With a few mindful adjustments, you can enjoy the benefits of an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Here are some actionable tips. Adopt an anti-inflammatory diet. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. These foods are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and phytonutrients that combat inflammation. Stay active. Regular physical activity reduces inflammatory markers and promotes muscle strength and joint flexibility. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise, such as walking or swimming, 5 times a week. Manage stress. Chronic stress triggers inflammation, so prioritize relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga. Get enough sleep. Poor sleep increases inflammatory markers, so aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest each night. By adopting these strategies, you can reduce inflammation and protect your legs from its harmful effects. A path to independence. Imagine a future where your legs remain strong, flexible, and resilient well into your golden years. Picture yourself walking confidently, climbing stairs effortlessly, and enjoying the freedom that comes with mobility. Achieving this vision requires more than wishful thinking. It demands a blueprint for longevity, one that combines smart dietary choices, regular physical activity, and proactive health care. In this final section, we'll provide a comprehensive guide to maintaining leg strength after 60, offering practical advice, inspiring stories, and actionable steps to help you thrive. The pillars of leg strength: nutrition, movement, and mindset. Maintaining leg strength after 60 hinges on 3 pillars: nutrition, movement, and mindset. Let's explore each in detail. Nutrition. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods like lean proteins, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. These provide the building blocks for muscle repair and growth. Movement. Engage in regular physical activity, focusing on exercises that strengthen the legs, improve flexibility, and enhance balance. Options include walking, swimming, cycling, and resistance training. Mindset. Cultivate a positive attitude toward aging, viewing it as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Set realistic goals, celebrate small victories, and seek support from loved ones. Real-life impact. Lessons from the trailblazers. To inspire your journey, consider the story of Margaret, a 75-year-old hiker from Colorado. Despite her age, Margaret continues to conquer challenging trails, thanks to her commitment to leg strength. It's not about being young, she says. It's about staying strong. Margaret's secret? A combination of smart dietary choices, regular exercise, and unwavering determination. Final thoughts. A journey worth taking. Maintaining leg strength after 60 is a journey worth taking, a path to independence, vitality, and joy. By embracing the pillars of nutrition, movement, and mindset, you can protect your legs and reclaim your freedom. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start small, celebrate every step forward, and trust that your efforts will pay dividends in the years to come. The science of hydration. Why water matters after 60. Water is life. A statement that holds especially true for seniors navigating the complexities of aging. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body relies on water to function optimally. For your legs, which bear the brunt of daily movement, adequate hydration is non-negotiable. Here's how water works its magic. Muscle function. Muscles are roughly 75% water, and even mild dehydration can impair their ability to contract and relax efficiently. When you're dehydrated, your muscles become more prone to cramps, spasms, and fatigue, symptoms that directly affect your legs' strength and endurance. For seniors already grappling with age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, dehydration accelerates this decline, making it harder to perform everyday tasks like walking or climbing stairs. Joint lubrication. Your joints rely on synovial fluid, a viscous liquid that cushions and lubricates the cartilage between bones, to move smoothly. Dehydration reduces the production of synovial fluid, leading to increased friction and wear and tear in joints like knees, hips, and ankles. Over time, this can result in stiffness, pain, and a higher risk of osteoarthritis, a condition affecting nearly 32.5 million adults in the United States. Circulation. Proper hydration supports blood volume and circulation, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach your leg muscles and tissues. Dehydration causes blood to thicken, making it harder for your heart to pump it through your arteries and veins. Poor circulation deprives your legs of the resources they need to repair and regenerate, leaving them weaker and more vulnerable to injury. Detoxification. Water plays a critical role in flushing toxins from your body. Without enough fluids, waste products accumulate in your muscles and joints, exacerbating inflammation and discomfort. For seniors whose kidneys may already be less efficient, dehydration compounds the problem, increasing the risk of swelling, edema, and chronic pain in the lower extremities. For many seniors, dehydration sneaks up quietly, masked by reduced thirst sensitivity, a common side effect of aging. By the time you feel thirsty, your body may already be mildly dehydrated, putting your legs at a disadvantage. Understanding the science behind hydration empowers you to take proactive steps to protect your mobility and independence. Real-life impact. Lessons from everyday heroes. To bring these risks into sharper focus, consider the story of Gloria, a 74-year-old retiree from Arizona. Gloria had always been active, enjoying morning walks and gardening in her backyard. But over time, she began noticing troubling changes. Her legs felt heavier, her knees stiffer, and her stamina waned much faster than before. Concerned, she visited her doctor, who discovered that chronic dehydration was contributing to her symptoms. "I never thought I wasn't drinking enough water," Gloria admitted. "I didn't feel thirsty, so I assumed I was fine." With guidance from her healthcare provider, Gloria adopted a structured hydration plan, incorporating water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges into her diet. She also started carrying a reusable water bottle everywhere she went, setting reminders on her phone to sip regularly. Within weeks, she noticed remarkable improvements. Her leg cramps subsided, her energy rebounded, and her walks became enjoyable again. Gloria's journey underscores a universal truth. Small habits can yield big rewards. By prioritizing hydration, seniors like Gloria can safeguard their legs and reclaim their freedom of movement.